snow. I won't gas you up like petrol. Just trying to take you way up where the jets go. But you didn't notice that. Keep clocking all my hours, I told you that. Work now, play later. But you keep going off on me. Keep texting like it's all on me. Yeah, you're all in my head like you're my forever, not for right now. My day one, you hold me down. Hard cold like the wintertime. Fight for your love, can't slow me down. Don't go far. I'll take me and you over living large. Know I'll be there wherever you are. Cause you shine bright like a shooting star.
Everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray. I'm sorry for what I have put you through. Still have you on my mind. My focus been drifting away from you. Just wasn't our time, our time. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance. Cause I don't wanna lose what we had. Cause I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, cause I swear I will. I love you better, yeah, yeah. I love you better, oh. I love you better, lately I've been feeling some type of way. I'm losing my mind. I know saying sorry might not be enough. Just tell me how I can make things right. Things right. You can say what you want, but I know you hurt at night. But I tried and I tried and I tried to hold you tight. So I'm here tonight, and I'm giving us one last chance. Cause I don't wanna lose what we had. I'm not feeling right, and I'm tired of this loneliness. Let me prove it, cause I swear I will.
It's Friday night, and we're live doing some Friday night trivia for you. It's a trivia game, right? Yeah, we know that now. And
That's
welcome
what we're doing
to the
here.
virtual space of real life trivia. My name is Dale. I'll be quizzing tonight. We got Brian, couch guy, over here. He's riding the wave, which is upon his shirt, and we got Mike over here. We'll call him desk guy, and he's gonna be.
You don't get to
producing things.
see desk guy.
Yeah, desk guy's mysterious, and that's how we like it. That's how he likes it too. Anyhow, we've got a game of trivia for you here, totally free to play. You and anyone you want can be a team and come up with the answers. You're going to go to Quiznight Live, quiznight.live,
Come
rather.
on, Dale.
I got to get it together. Quiznight.live to submit your answers. It's easy to register if you haven't already done so. One person and one person only on your team will be submitting answers. We've got 3 rounds of questions. Make sure whoever's submitting answers is on the correct round. That's an easy rookie mistake. If we have any rookies, what we'd like you to do is go to the chat and let us know you're rookies, so that we can welcome you into our weird world of trivia.
It's so weird.
It's not really that weird. This is a very normal type of world of trivia, but Anyhow, it is free, as I mentioned, to play. However, we keep this shark swimming with your donations. So you'll see over here, there are a few different ways you can make a donation electronically. You can use a credit card if you have such a archaic thing. At the donate tab at quiznight.live, you can plug your credit card information in there. It's secure transmission of funds. You can use PayPal if you like PayPal, or Venmo. And if you use Venmo, as you'll see over here, there is an opportunity to put your message up there. All you have to do is beat the leader's donation. Right now, we set it at $2. If you've got a happy birthday, happy anniversary, you want to give a shout out to anyone, feel free to do it on the blue board. If you want to start a conversation, maybe you want to start a poll and ask people whether or not dolphins make better pets or sharks make better pets, we can discuss on the blue board or in the chat.
Oh, look at this.
All right, Brian took his shoes off. That's weird.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at this. By the way, Bev, always in the chat, being fun out there. Couldn't make it tonight, and she's made a donation and is wishing luck to everyone. So that's wonderful and really nice.
She's graduating from high school.
Yeah, she's graduating from high school.
Is that her high school graduation?
People of all walks of life are playing trivia tonight. Great. We've got everything ready. Round 1 is upon us. 10 points for each correct answer. Let's get into it. Question number 1. Which of these state names is not derived from Spanish? Is it Montana, Colorado, Missouri, or Nevada? That's question number 1. I'm going to have myself a tangerine drink.
I'm going to have myself a lemon drink.
Ooh,
Mike, what are you having, a lime drink? Got limes in there?
It's a fish drink.
Fish. Trouts. A little trout water. A lot of people are doing that these days.
A lot of people drinking trout water. All right, let's do another question. Question number 2. With a 9.2 stars out of 10, what 1994 movie from director Frank Darabont is the highest rated film on imdb.com? This is a good one. I saw the answer and I was like, oh, makes sense. I don't disagree.
The thing about it is that 1994 was a really big year for movies.
Huge year.
There were a lot of good movies that year.
That's a good point.
Only one directed by Frank Darabont.
Yeah, if you're someone who knows the directors.
Well, Frank has come out with quite a few blockbusters.
I don't know anything about Frank Darabont.
He's the Steven Spielberg of 1994.
Oh, wow. So all of his hits are in 94. Let's do question number 3. Question 3. What snack, often seen at amusement parks and ballparks, was created in 1988 by a microbiologist who specialized in cryogenics? I know the answer to this one.
If it's circus peanuts, I am going to flip
Because
my
they were
lid.
not invented in 88. They were invented in 94 along with the best movie.
Circus peanuts.
You're not supposed to give away wrong answers.
I didn't
discourage
say
that.
that it's wrong.
But what I'm saying is, that's the equivalent of shouting it. You're saying it on the internet.
You got an answer.
You're shouting
That's not against the rules in this game.
Well, that's a good point. Let's do question number 4. What American billionaire is majority owner and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway? Well, that's your 4th question.
Fun fact, Berkshire Hathaway is Anne Hathaway's father.
Berkshire?
Yeah.
Wow. And which Anne Hathaway are we talking about?
The Bill Shakespeare Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time a corporation gave birth.
Corporation gave birth, and it was a man who gave birth.
It was the first time a man transitioned into a corporation.
and then gave birth. Let's do question number 5. In which movie did Leo DiCaprio play a US Marshal investigating the disappearance of a psychiatric patient? Oh. 2 movie questions in the first round. I like it.
They're both movies that I enjoy.
Yeah, he enjoys them over and over again.
Big clue.
Huge clue.
Yeah, these are movies Brian would like. Do you
Does
know Brian?
like.
Does like.
Yeah, it's not hypothetical.
All right. Let's try to keep the guff down in the chat. It's getting a little guffy there. All right. Hopefully
Very busy on the
your
couch.
discussion of movies doesn't, cross streams and you write the answer for 5 in question 3 or vice versa. Let's move on. Question number 6. An invasive species in the U.S. known by the initialism EAB, has caused the destruction of tens of millions of what kind of tree? That's question number 6. Can anyone beat $2 on the leaderboard?
Yeah. Sally can. Boom.
Sally just did.
And
Also-
I hope that you do learn something new each week. I learn something new every week that I don't. What are you looking at? You're looking at me like
No, the
something's
mic
wrong.
looks like non-existent.
It's not in a good
Yeah.
place.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
You're not supposed to see the mic.
It just looked like it fell off or something.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Win, who's playing for Pumpkin Cookies. I saw him at Beer Belly Deli last night. He said he's been playing since the pandemic shutdown began, and he and his family have been able to keep in touch through this very game. So it's cool getting to see some of you people out
This
there.
is kind of like Zoom Plus. This is like if you get on a Zoom call, but we're like, oh, it comes with entertainment.
Yeah. Let's move on to question number 7. Question 7. What classic game consists of trying to find as many words as possible in 3 minutes among a 4x4 grid of dice that have letters on each side? Classic game. It's a good one. I like that game. Mom likes that game.
Mama's a big fan of the game.
Big fan.
I am capable of playing it.
The world champion of this game is a friend of ours.
Yeah, we know the world champion of it.
Is that true?
However,
We decided that there was no world championship. So
Okay. All right.
But
Because
we're-
I feel like I've heard this said in jest, and then
we're thinking Syracuse should be the ground zero of where the world championship of this game is born. Let's do question number 8. Question 8. What pop star recently testified in court in an attempt to end the conservatorship, which has controlled their finances since 2008?
probably nobody's heard of this.
No, this is not topical at all.
well, there's a lot of conservatorship things going on in the world today that
Right.
you might mix it up with a different one that's in the news.
Yeah, it's a term that I didn't learn about in the past week or two.
Is it conservatorship or conservatorship?
It's both. Yeah. They
It's
said
like
so.
conservation.
The news I read has a pronunciation guide for literally every word, so I go through.
I need to get that news.
Let's move on to question number 9. Question 9. There it is. There we are. A brief summary of a scholarly article, which might be available for free on a service like LexisNexis, is known as what A word?
Did you say Alexis Nexus?
Maybe. I meant to say LexisNexis. I don't remember. There's an A on the line below it, so I may have.
I think you said Alexis Nexus.
Maybe you just hear what you want to say, you know?
You are a little bit Alexis Nexus.
I'm a little bit Nexus, a little bit Hypnotoad. I don't know. All hail Hypnotoad. Okay. Really cool. Good stuff.
Well, I don't know how well people could hear that.
I hope they didn't hear it. Let's move on to another question. We call this question number 10. Last question of the round. What Dr. Seuss character is said to speak for the trees and was voiced by Danny DeVito in a 2012 animated film?
No, see, I learned that Danny DeVito did that voice, and I would have never put that voice. That
You never would have
I,
thought
I
that
would
was
have never.
Danny
I would
DeVito.
never thought like Danny DeVito should be the voice of this.
Yeah, that sounds like
character.
Frank. So we're going to give you a minute to digest that, and then we're going to scroll all the questions. You're going to be making sure that your team scribe is submitting the answers on the round 1 tab. Yeah, so Mike, whenever you want to do the repeats, you just let me know. How's that sound?
I'm in charge now.
Brianna got through grad school reading those A words. Oh, yes.
What are the A words?
Well, we can't discuss it yet because it's
Is it one of the questions?
incredible how little you pay attention.
I don't need to pay attention. I'm paying attention to the Venmo, the blue board, and the chat.
Oh, okay. He's paying attention to other things.
Let's repeat that.
Okay, we're going to throw those repeats up there. Make sure you're on the round 1 tab, and we're going to start 2.5 minute clock. We'll do it.
I remember you
Now-ish?
said Alexis Nexus. I was there for that. So quiet.
This is It's licensed music. Music we paid a licensing fee to, so that you could listen to it. I hope you love it.
I'm about to explode.
You know what's interesting is that this is like the top 100 of these royalty-free songs. Like,
Yeah, we.
okay, these endemic songs. What's interesting to me is that like there's some sort of like charts keeping of these songs. Like, how do you break into that?
You got
I
1
mean,
minute left.
How do you break into like being an artist that's rising? You know, like, are people really exclusively listening to this? Or they? I guess so. That's right, epidemic. They should have seen it coming. There's really very few positive connotations to epidemic.
You have 30 seconds left. We have an epidemic of laughter going on here. It's a common
This is
phrase.
disease music. This is what we called it. Because disease spreads. It's just kind of interesting, viral, you know. That's a thing.
10 seconds left. You got 3, 2, 1. There's a distant gong. We're going to take a look at your answers.
Gong man.
Now's the perfect time to go have a slice of pumpkin pie and some bubbly water. If you haven't made a donation, now's the perfect time to square that away to keep this ship sailing another, what do you call them? Nautical mile of trivia?
That's what we call them.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
made that up.
Nautical miles.
Yeah, so we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Nighttime stars, 7 days a week, the darkest hours. In a magic field, story is love, love, love. Love, love. This story is love, love, love. Yeah, I know you need some cure for the pain. Got a little lost in
Guess what? We're back. We've looked
just
at your
whipped
answers. The
his finger
scores
at you.
are up. But let's go over the correct answers. Montana, Colorado, Nevada, all Spanish words. Missouri, not as Spanish as them. Missouri was the right answer. That's the non-Spanish one. Question number 2 was a 94 movie directed by Frank Darabont. Was the highest rated film on IMDb. It wasn't Forrest Gump. I think a lot of people wrote Forrest Gump. The correct answer was the Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank Redemption. That was a Stephen King adaptation. Number 3, what snack, often seen as amusement parks and ballparks, was created in 1988 by a microbiologist who specialized in cryogenics? The correct answer was ice cream of the future, but you may know it as Dippin' Dots.
You
We
may know it
accepted.
as getting a wet willy.
Oh, did I get a wet willy? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm like going into the willy. Question number 4 was what American billionaire is a majority owner and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway? We gave your team 10 points. If you said Warren Buffett, we took 10 points away. If you said Warren Buffet, you got to spell it right.
And if you said Golden Corral,
Yeah.
way off.
Platinum Corral. We're talking about Warren Buffett here. Number 5 was, in which movie did Leo DiCaprio play a US Marshal who's investigating the disappearance of a psychiatric patient? I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I'm just going to tell you the correct answer was Shutter Island.
He played it all right.
Oh, yeah. He was. Did I play it? What did I play? Oh, by the way, the Shawshank Redemption question was our hardest one. 46% of teams got that right.
And our easiest one was Missouri.
Yep, the first question easiest, second question hardest, or real quick reversal.
1-2 punch.
Yep.
Is that fake out like, oh, this is going to be an easy game. Bam! Right in the throat.
Oh, I hate this. What's the third question going to be? An invasive species with the initialism EAB caused the destruction of tens of millions of ash trees. And so did other just, tree service companies that got ahead of the game, cut down those ash trees. What classic game consists of trying to find as many words as possible in 3 minutes? That's the important part. And a 4x4 grid of dice with letters on them. The correct answer is Boggle, which is a fun game. And our friend
93% of teams got it right.
which means that people know their Boggle, and we should start a Boggle World Championship here in Syracuse. And there will be betting, and I will bet Brooke will win it. Question number 8. What pop star recently testified in court in an attempt to end the conservatorship, a word that's entered my vernacular recently, which has controlled their finances since 2008? Eminem, bad guess. We said her. Correct answer is Britney Spears.
Britney. 93% got it right.
A brief summary of a scholarly article, which may be available for free on a service like LexisNexis. Not LexisNexis.
You just said LexisNexis.
See, this is, I said LexisNexis. It's just the vowels.
No, you always say LexisNexis.
Okay. Anyhow, the correct answer was abstract. And the Dr. Seuss character who said to speak for the trees was voiced by Danny DeVito in the 2012 film. That character was the Lorax.
Also, our easiest question of the night.
Yeah, it was tied for easiest question. Missouri and the Lorax. Those two all go together. Guess what? You got to rally that team together. Speaking of rallying teams together, I just learned that Anna and family are having their first in-person trivia, as many of you probably already do. You play digitally in far parts of the world, but they're doing the Long Distance Award for playing out in East Helena, Montana at a brewery together in person. The world's getting better. So shout out to Anna and family there.
Is it 6:20 over there?
Oh yeah, they're playing
Mountain time?
real early. Yeah, that's probably Mountain Time. That's not Pacific Time, I don't think.
I I feel like Montana's completely within mountain time.
Yeah, they're mountain time. They're trivia mountain time. Guess what? Round number 2 is upon us. So turn your focus up, and here's your first question. The Cloud Cars was a moniker given to 3 almost identical cars produced by Chrysler, but sold under different brands in the 90s. They were the Chrysler Cirrus, the Plymouth Breeze, and what Dodge model? This was my favorite question of the night so far. That's question number 1. What do we got?
I don't know why the Breeze is considered a cloud car. Never those Breeze clouds up there.
You cannot get a cloud to form or move without a breeze.
Yeah. Think
Okay.
about that.
Could you imagine if we gave you, if that was the answer we were looking for, and we cut out this one, and we're like, there was the breeze. What? The uproar we'd have.
I honestly don't even remember the Plymouth Breeze. I remember the others, but
My first car was the 1998 Plymouth Breeze.
was it really?
Wow.
What did it look like? What is the style
Did
of
it-
that
It was
vehicle?
purple. called
Did it
it-
look
I was
like a
wondering,
Cirrus?
are they purple cars?
I feel like Chrysler
What
vehicles,
colors are these cars?
more purple vehicles were Chryslers than any other purple vehicle.
I think there's some.
My cousin Jenny had a purple Ford Probe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But, I mean, purple PT Cruisers, that was like the default color for PT Cruisers. Let's do question number 2. What NBA team set the record for most wins in a season while going 73-9 in the 2015-2016 season? How did I do with that? Did I say what AWNBA?
You did.
He started out saying AW,
And then I dropped the A and the W and just went with NBA.
but you didn't say 73-9, so
I said 73-9. I think that's the.
yeah, that's the way to do it.
it's
We
the
have an
difference-
interesting message coming up in the blue board pretty soon.
Oh, geez, Free Britney?
No, that's the one that's already there.
Because I think she's. That's how you spell Britney.
I copy and paste.
That's how you spell Britney Spears' name.
Yeah, that is how you spell her name.
All right.
Yeah.
The traditional spelling before that was like Brittany France, and then she rolled in
I don't think
And-
she's the first.
through everyone. Yeah, she's the most.
First of
famous,
all, she
though.
didn't name herself. Her conservatorship named her. Question number 3. In an early 90s Nickelodeon series, Melissa Joan Hart played what title character in which she often spoke directly to the audience to explain everything? That's question number 3. I can't wait to see what the blue board's going to say with this interesting comment.
Well, I mean, I don't want to hype it up. It's just it'll make you think. It'll make you think about what goes on during trivia that we don't know about.
Oh,
Here it is.
Lake Team has a baby girl on the way. Whoop whoop. Powered by trivia.
Wow.
Whoa.
Aphrodisiac trivia.
And that's what I'm talking
There's a
about.
lot of things going on behind closed screens.
When they've got their camera off, you just don't know what's going on, and now we do a little bit. Now we know what trivia does. It's our spicy questions.
Hey, thanks for the donation, Lake Team. It's on to question number 4. Question 4. What is the only species of tuna legally allowed to be sold as white meat tuna? I did not know that there were restrictions on...
It's clearly chicken tuna.
Are there restrictions on selling dark meat chicken? You can't call that dark meat chicken.
Yeah, you can't sell a chicken breast and call it dark meat. I don't think. And why does dark meat have such a negative connotation to it?
Gross. Because
You
it's
don't
gross.
like dark meat?
Yeah, it's gross.
It is the most moist and delicious, flavorful.
I would not use the word moist to describe it. I would say
It-
tender.
It is. It never gets dry. Have you ever had dry dark
Right.
meat?
No.
That's what I'm talking
Exactly.
about. Mike doesn't have dark meat.
Have you ever had dark meat?
I have accidentally, and it was the worst time of my life.
So you never eat chicken thighs or chicken wings.
I'm going to tell you
Chicken
something.
wings.
True story from today. I told my mom, I said, Mom, do you like sardines? And she makes this face. And I said, when was the last time you had sardines? And she said she's never had them. but let's bring the humanity into this. How many things that we've never eaten have we already decided we'd hate? I will share that oysters were something that I had loathed before ever having tried. Let's move on to question number 5. Question 5. What historical figure's last name is the only name used in the 20 most common street names in the United States?
Where name appears a lot there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a little confusing.
Historical figure's last name is the only name used in the 20 most common street names.
First of all, I just want to point out that these are Brian's feet, and they are huge.
What?
Size 12 at least.
This is a family show.
People are getting free foot shots.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
It's gross.
Why is this gross?
Let's just see people's feet.
What is wrong with seeing people's feet?
I just...
Nah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah. You got these hairy, gross...
They're not hairy. They're clean.
You got toe lint going on.
They do not.
Question
Took
number
a shower
6.
right before this.
Question 6. Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire won the American League Rookie of the Year award in consecutive seasons, 1986 and 1987 respectively, while playing for what team? Wow, that team knows how to pick them. Oh, was that a clue?
This is obvious.
Ah, look at that. Ann and family loves Dale and Brian. Thanks, we love you too.
What am I, a chap?
I don't want to speak for Brian.
Mike is chopped liver, yes. Which he likes better than dark meat.
Maybe they just don't like the mystery of Mike over there, you know? Reveal yourself. You made that one cameo recently that Brian forgot about.
I didn't forget about it. I just didn't realize it was in relation to a request for a cameo.
It's time for another question. It's question number 7. The Odyssey and what other epic poem are believed to be written by the Greek poet Homer? I like that we took a step back from, like, actually written by Homer. It's just believed.
Well, it was written in the oral tradition, as they say, and whoever actually transcribed it didn't get credit. They were like, no, Homer said this. Well, I didn't hear it from Homer. I heard it from Ted, who heard it from Felicia, who heard it from Homer.
Felicia, huh?
Well, Felicia was a storyteller.
Homer to Felicia to Ted to...
I didn't realize how historical that name was. Let's move on to question number 8. Enriched uranium used in the Little Boy atomic bomb was produced in a town named Oak Ridge in what U.S. state? Are you doing that? Are you practicing your foot agility?
Read the blue board.
Dale's feet look huge. I know. That's why they don't even fit on screen. So big.
It is Brian sitting on the couch.
Also, I just received a message that Anna and family loves Mike too. So,
Well, can't go back and change it, you know.
right. What was said was said.
I wish we could go back and change it, but we can't.
We can't, because now we're focusing on someone's huge feet. Should we do question 9? I think we're all ready. Question number 9. In an action that would inspire a metaphor still used today, Julius Caesar marched a legion of soldiers across what small Italian river in 49 BC? You might even call it a creek.
When I hear
river.
Italian river, for some reason I think it's like a style of river. It's like
like dressing.
It's like an Italian wine or an Italian river.
Would you like the balsamic or an Italian river?
I just want to point out that this is the second time that my gigantic foot size has come up today, Dale. Do you recall?
Yeah, we were having a group text with a friend. And
Dale was giving me a hard time about how in middle school or something, I wore size 12 shoes.
Size 12
Dale
shoes.
was just walking around in his dinky size 9s, and he was so jealous. He got so angry about it.
I wasn't.
That I eventually acquiesced, and I was like, fine, Dale, I'll go back to a size 9.5.
I was jealous of it.
Your feet are the same size, right?
Yeah, they're basically the same size. They're certainly not 3 sizes apart. But Brian was wearing clutch. I swear to God, he stuffed an extra sock in there or something. 2 pairs of socks. Let's do question number 10. What word could refer to either a long-bladed dagger or the first name of the NBA leader for points scored among foreign-born players? Whoa. I'm trying to digest that.
It's a Dale question.
First name of the the first name of the current NBA leader for points scored among. It's not like a term. Like, is there a term for points leaders of foreign-born players? Why do they have a stat on that?
He holds the record.
Yeah. Okay.
There's stats on everything, Dale. Stats on people with curly hair and straight hair.
That would be one of those stats that shows up on ESPN, during gameplay when they just need something to talk about, and they're like, well, it turns out among foreign-born players, he's currently holding the lead.
Among dizygotic twins.
And Mike, I guess. That's funny. I do enjoy a good blue board banter.
I just did that.
Oh, Brian's on top of it tonight. I wish I could say the same about myself for last week. Hopefully you have figured out what question number 10's answer is. More importantly, make sure that you're on the round 2 tab. If you're not on the round 2 tab, you're going to mess up your score, and then you're going to be in the chat. Be like, I think our score's messed up. And we'll be like, yeah, it is, and there's a reason. Anyhow, we're going to give you 2.5 minutes and scrolling all those questions. Here it goes.
Katie's embarrassed about mix-up. She shouldn't be. This is not a high-res broadcast.
Yeah, most people know me as Ithaca anyway, due to my propensity to wear shirts that say Ithaca on it. Just pointed out last night.
I have noticed that you do wear a lot of Ithaca shirts.
I have a ton of shirts that say Ithaca on them, and I realized I think it's the number one word on any of my shirts.
It's weird that you rank the words on your shirts.
Well, once I realized I had so many Ithaca things, I thought I'm gonna take a look.
I should look at all of them.
I don't own so many T-shirts that I can't look at all of them.
Just do like an inventory of the words on it. Word inventory.
Word, yeah, there's a word for doing that.
Nerd inventory. Inventory of the nerds. What was that? Where the guy's like, nerds! What movie was that? That wasn't actually the movie Nerds, was it? Revenge of the Nerds? Was it Revenge of the Nerds?
I don't know.
Was it Meatballs?
Meatballs?
No, it wasn't Animal House.
When the dean goes,
No, where this like that meathead did.
You have 1 minute left.
He's like,
oh yeah.
It does seem like it would be one of those scenes that would be iconic from Revenge of the Nerds.
I'm just straight chilling.
30 seconds left. Brian's straight chilling with his huge feet. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I don't know why I did the sound. I knew Brian was going to do it. We're going to take a look at your answers. We will judge you. We're not judging you. We're judging your answers. We will judge them. And we'll be back in just a little bit. We're going to reset that blue board back down to $2. Now is a perfect time to get your witty message up on the blue board. Or if you're like, I don't want to make a message public, I just want to make a nice little donation, a thank you to keep this thing going, you can use your credit card. Just takes a minute. or you can use your PayPal. As I mentioned last time I was on, great time to figure out what your PayPal password is. Good excuse to do that. All right, we'll be right back.
Reset it. Just reset that.
Got a dopamine rush, got a major league crush when you're next to me. Got my heart upon my sleeve, can I hide the way I feel when you're next to me, girl? Got the kick in every move and I fought us like a fool for you, for you. Wish I knew just what it was, but why should I make a fuss? Just stay next to me, girl, next to me, girl. Something special through your eyes, something special that I like about you, about you. There's a mystery entwined, something bigger to define about you, about you. Am I the only one to see? Got me down on my knees, taken by your gravity. And I just know you got that something, something special about you. Got me under lock and key, but I don't wanna be free when I'm next to you. You're like honey to a bee, I go crazy for the sweet when I'm next to you, girl. Got the kick in every move and I fought us like a fool for you, for you.
Hey, we're back. Correct answers now. Ready for them? The Cloud Cars was a moniker given to the three almost identical cars produced by Chrysler. One was the Chrysler Cirrus, the other was the Plymouth Breeze, and then there was the Dodge Stratus. I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I managed 20 people.
What NBA team set the record for most wins in a season, going 73-9 in the 2015-2016 season? That would be the GS Warriors, Golden State Warriors. They play in the Bay. Question number 3. In an early 90s Nickelodeon series, Melissa Joan Hart plays what title character in which she often spoke directly to the audience to explain everything? The correct answer was not Sabrina. That's where my head went first, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe she did explain stuff. But the answer was in sort of the question. Clarissa explains everything.
I thought it was
But Clarissa
explains
is
it
the
all.
answer.
Name of the show.
Clarissa
She does explain
explains it all.
everything, but it's called Clarissa Explains It All.
All right, so I guess it wasn't in the question, but it was almost there. Clarissa is the answer we were looking for. What's the only species of tuna legally allowed to be sold as white meat tuna? The correct answer would be albacore. Albacore. And that's what's a little more expensive than the dark meat tuna. What is the only species of tuna... Wait. I just pulled a Brian there where I wasn't paying attention to anything. What's the what's the only last...
I was paying attention to that.
I even took my shoes off. What's the only last name that... I'm sorry. What's the only last name...
Starting to pull a Dale.
Oh, my script... when I say script, my... yeah, I guess I'll call it script. It has it worded differently. The only last name, historical last name, that's used in the 20 most common straight names in the United States. Some of you went with Martin Luther King, which is a very strong guess, but it wasn't correct. The correct answer is Washington. George Washington's the only last name in the top 20. I'm assuming the rest is like trees and Maine.
Trees
And numbers, yeah.
Oh, and numbers. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Very creative. Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire won the American League Rookie of the Year award in 86 and 87 respectively for the Oakland Athletics, the A's. We gave you 20 points for knowing that. Iliad is the answer to the next question. Iliad in the Odyssey. I'm so used. I saw Iliad right below the word Odyssey, and I just said it.
So let's just move on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Everybody got it right.
It was 100% right. Enriched uranium using the little boy was produced in a town called Oak Ridge in what U.S. state? It is Oak Ridge is known for being an atomic laboratory, and it's
I didn't know that.
Tennessee. Yeah, it's one of the biggest research laboratories for nuclear energy, I believe. Or I could be wrong, but I know that nuclear energy is a big part
I
of
thought
that.
Los Alamos was.
Maybe Oak Ridge is just a place where they work on nuclear power. Number 9.
9.
In an action that would inspire a metaphor still used today, Julius Caesar marched a legion of soldiers across the Italian River in 49 BC. The Rubicon. The Rubicon.
Hardest question so far.
That makes sense because
51%.
I was a 51%er. Hashtag Dale explains it all. What word could refer to either a long bladed dagger or the first name of the NBA leader for points scored among foreign-born players? Correct answer is Dirk. Dirk. I did not know that it was a long-bladed dagger.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's a diggler.
A diggler. Oh, I see. You put them together. I would have said sword, but I don't think there's an NBA player named Sword. Scores are posted on the Scores tab. We're going to move into a round that's worth as much as the last 2 rounds combined. Those are your answers. You'll see them right there. Did you turn the sound off? Then I guess you wouldn't hear me right now. Now I'm explaining everything. Let's explain question number 1. Question number 1. What street name in the United Kingdom would be the functional equivalent of Main Street in the U.S.? Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to learn something tonight.
A lot of street name stuff. Mike, you reading a book about street names?
Yeah.
I found street names interesting.
I learned a lot of street names around Syracuse this week because I had to go down a lot of streets that I don't normally due to all of the detours.
A lot of construction going on.
There is a lot of, in recent memory here, I don't ever recall so many streets being simultaneously closed down downtown.
Simultaneously. Okay, you're a United Kingdom equivalent.
Simultaneously.
Let's do question number 2. Question 2. What soap opera that often features character crossovers with The Young and the Restless follows the exploits of the Forrester family? Oh. This question feels familiar to me for some reason.
I'm sure something similar has been asked before.
Yeah. I still don't know the answer, though. This is the thing, like questions. When I read a question about something I'm unfamiliar with, it just... You know what I mean?
I don't know I don't know which direction you were going with your hands.
I was explaining everything, but I was doing it charade style. Yeah. So pick a soap opera.
So people are saying, and by people I mean, I think just Brianna, that Dirk is retired, and there was something about it being current.
Ooh.
The question said nothing about current. Let me double check.
Mike's saying he's going to double check the NBA question.
First name of the NBA leader for points scored. Doesn't say anything about current.
Unfortunately, we didn't say current.
We double checked that, not
Current player. We just said leader. Let's move on to question number 3. Question 3. A Y-shaped twig or rod is used to locate groundwater in the practice of what pseudoscience?
Oh, this is interesting because I asked a question about this not long ago.
Get out of my head.
It was, no, you're in my head.
I don't like when you take my science and put the prefix pseudo in front of it.
Seems a little offensive.
Yeah.
It's downright, condescending.
I mean, my twig always finds water after a good rainstorm. I don't like how that sounded. Let's
Yeah,
move on
I
to
was-
question number 4.
I was gonna go somewhere else with it. And
Here it is. There are a lot of
decided
words. The
against it.
video game company Valve created what digital storefront? Initially limited to selling just their own games like Half-Life, but which now accounts for an estimated 75% of all digital PC game sales. Looking for a video game company. I think I have. Nope.
The thing is, I think that the two of you know this, despite your limited video game knowledge.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna guess.
I know it, and I
gonna
use
put my-
it.
I'm gonna put my guess out there because I think it's wrong. It's just the only video game
Don't
company.
say it.
What if I did this? Can I say that?
I don't know what you're saying.
It's like two initials. in
It's
the
too
beginning.
many syllables, so sure.
I was gonna say EA Sports.
Well, that's.
On that
I'll
one,
be-
you, just like Brian, are shouting out wrong answers.
Yep, I know.
Just like me.
When you make the rules, you can break the rules. Isn't that what they say?
That's what. Yeah, the rule makers say that.
That's what Congress says. Let's move on to question number 5. A plan to provide economic aid to rebuild Western Europe after World War II was named after what U.S. General and Secretary of State? One person. 2 roles.
It must be tough
What?
having 2 roles.
Oh, yeah. Not providing economic aid. This is the wrong chair choice for this seat.
You can change it, or you could just stop. You could just stop leaning.
Stop moving?
You can make it a not leaning one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you push the thing in, and then it doesn't.
I like to lean, though. If I push this in,
You like that.
I give up. Let's move on to question number 6.
First time using a chair.
2 or more forms of the same element, but with different number of neutrons in their nuclei, would be known as what?
All right, this was legit a question that I asked on Tuesday.
Really?
Almost exactly the same.
Wow. The universe of trivia is sort of a wellspring.
If
that
you
we all
weren't
have
out of
access to.
town on Tuesday, I would have thought you just straight up ripped this off.
I was deep in the Adirondacks on Tuesday.
Oh. Adirondack life for you on last weekend. I'm a little jealous. I'm going to explain everything after this round. Let's move on to question number 7. What kind of boat, which gets its name from a Tamil word, has 2 parallel hulls of equal size? I imagine that's the real giveaway, the Tamil word.
Is that Tamil or Tamil? Tamil.
Tamil, a Tamil word. Hope that cleared it up for you. I know the answer to this. I'm going to lean
Yeah,
out.
I know the answer to this too.
You know, there's a
Better.
sort of movement in the business world about leaning in.
Dale likes to lean out.
I like to lean out. That's why I've been so successful in business.
Lean out.
I'm writing a book about leaning out. Lean all the way out.
It's mostly about losing weight.
Yeah, it's a weight loss book. Let's do question number 8. During the 1972 Olympics, a terrorist organization known as Black September kidnapped or killed 11 members of what country's delegation? It got
That's an
dark.
interesting word, delegation. I thought it was just their athletes, and I didn't realize that was known as a delegation.
It's everybody.
It includes,
Coaches,
yeah,
trainers.
it's a collective term, a catch-all.
nutritionists.
Coaches, trainers, nutritionists, Mike saying. All right, I don't think it's appropriate for me to laugh about anything right now. Or at least about anything relative to
I
the
can't laugh
question.
about anything right now. It's all
You
inappropriate.
can't laugh about things relative to this, related to this question. It's dark. Let's move on to question number 9.
So he could start laughing again.
I've got to laugh again. What word, which means way of the warrior, defined the code of conduct for a samurai warrior? Oh, I like this question. I like it because I think I know it. Those are my favorite ones.
Oh, there's some cool dirt bikes out there.
Dirt bikes. I got dirt bikes in my neighborhood. We're infested with dirt bikes.
There's an infestation. What you got to do is put that diatomaceous earth on them. They hate it.
Or salt. Just throw salt at them. Like,
I saw on the calendar that there was a party today that I was not invited to.
the cleanup party. Yeah, I didn't. I no-showed to that.
I also didn't show up to it.
Yeah.
And I put it on the calendar.
Yep.
I didn't realize that was
Yep.
yeah.
That was on the calendar. Let's do question number 10. In computing, what unit of measurement is equal to 1,024 terabytes?
That's just a jerk question.
This is a number we all commonly use. How big's the hard drive? Oh, it's 1,024 terabytes, or
You would not say 1,024 terabytes. That's just so.
1024? 1024 terabytes? Oh, you would just use
Say
the
this
single.
word.
You would say this word. Yeah, you're gonna earn those 30 points for this one. Please make sure you're on the round 3 tab. We'll give you a minute to come up with that answer. Then we'll scroll all of them if you need to see them again. And yeah, we'll listen to some endemic music right now.
Or epidemic.
Epidemic music. I thought it was endemic.
It's native to.
I don't know.
I mean, neither one is a great name for it.
Endemic is a better name for it than epidemic. I got an epidemic of music.
Music just belongs on your computer. Makes a lot more sense than. Who makes this water? Bell?
I bought it at Aldi.
It's much better packaging, I think, than the
Wegmans.
Wegmans.
Much
I
better.
feel like Wegmans really needs to update their fork, plate, and wine goblet logo. It feels like it came straight out of 1995.
Yeah, but it's as style goes, that's like 20 years. It's coming back. It's a little close to
Almost
the Instagram
closer to 30
scripty
years.
stuff. What do you say we start at 2.5 minute clock and repeat all those questions?
That's all you.
Because there's 2 answers. I would definitely accept 2 answers.
I didn't think that people would say the second one.
Oh, I totally knew the one that Mike thought I would know. Number 4. Yep. So what? I got us some scripture.
$90 seconds left.
Less than a minute.
Seconds to get your answers in. Got about 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Mike thought that was harmony.
Twin harmony.
2, 1. There it is. We're looking at your answers already. We'll be back in just a minute with the correct answers, and then we'll do our wagering on our final question.
correct answers, and then we'll do wagering.
Well, there's a great
Right
echo.
in sync.
Cool.
It sounded like one person talking.
Hey, guess what? The leaderboard's at $2.
It has not moved.
If you want to put a message up there to help us out, we'd love to keep doing this, but I don't know that we're gonna keep doing it if you know. You get what I'm saying.
There is a threshold.
There's a threshold, as Brian says. We'll be right back. We're back. Correct answers. Question 1, what street name in the UK would be the functional equivalent of Main Street? The answer we were looking for was High Street. High Street. Could be used for other definitions. Question number 2, soap opera. Which one features character crossovers from The Young and the Restless and the exploits of the Forrester family? Correct answer would be The Bold and the Beautiful. And that's a shout out to all of our soap opera fans out there.
That's a shout out to
Woot
you.
woot. Number 3,
soap opera fans.
That's how Brian does shout outs. A Y-shaped twig or rod used to locate groundwater is in the practice of what pseudoscience? We accepted 2 answers here. Dowsing, a dowsing rod, or a divination rod. Either one were acceptable. Number 4, the video game company Valve created what digital storefront, initially limited to selling just their own games like Half-Life, now accounts for 75% of all digital PC game sales. I downloaded this even though I'm not much of a gamer, and it constantly is updating on my computer. It's always updating and auto-launching. The correct answer is Steam. Steam.
What I don't understand about Steam is their logo looking like a link on a chain.
Yeah. It looks. Why didn't they call themselves Chain?
Yeah.
Question number 5. A plan to provide economic aid to rebuild Western Europe after World War II is named after what Secretary of State? The correct answer is George Marshall. All you had to say was Marshall, and you had to say it like that. 2 or more forms.
Easiest question of the round, by the way.
Oh,
And
yeah?
the hardest question. Sorry, I was neglecting my duties. Bold and the Beautiful, 46%, our hardest
Yep.
question.
So-
So shout out, and also, good job.
Yeah, good job. You got it. 2 or more forms of the same element with different number of neutrons in the nuclei are known as isotopes. Isotopes. And if you watch
83%.
sci-fi, that word is used all the time in foolish, meaningless ways. What kind of boat, which gets its name from a Tamil word, has 2 parallel hulls of equal size? The correct answer is a catamaran. Catamaran.
Catboat.
Yep.
Oh, that's a different thing, actually.
Yeah. It has equal size, and they are parallel. One's not shifted off the
No,
other.
catboat is monohull with like the
With the 2
mast.
outriggers?
No, the mast is like way in the front.
Oh, catboat. Learning more things. Question number 8. During the 72 Olympics, a terrorist organization known as Black September kidnapped or killed 11 members of Israel's delegation. What word, which means way of the warrior, defined the code of conduct for a samurai warrior? The correct answer is Bushido. And we gave you 30 points for knowing that, because it's otherwise not very functional knowledge for most people. In computing, what unit of measurement is equal to 1,024 terabytes? The correct answer is a petabyte.
Petabyte.
A petabyte.
It's like a Pedialyte petabyte.
I was thinking it was like a bite of vegetables for which someone who is a PETA person would eat.
A PETA person.
I couldn't think of a way to describe a PETA supporter.
A member of PETA.
A member of PETA. Those are actually pretty simple ways to describe it. Those are the answers.
I'm a PETA person.
Those are the answers right there. You'll see your scores at the scores tab. The final question, you can wager maximum of 200 points on. The category is going to be geography. Get those wagers in on the wager tab, and we'll be back in just a minute. In the meanwhile, some epidemic music.
After these messages.
Are we ready to do our final question? Okay, we're going to do it. Your wagers are in. It's time for us to turn the music down and get our final question on. Here it is. Known as British Honduras until it achieved independence in 1981, what is the only country in Central America that uses English as its official language? 90 seconds starts
Starting now.
now.
Your time starts now.
Endemic music. Endemic music. British Honduras.
I feel like British Honduras was named in the committee. Less than a minute. Like, we could come up with a different name, but let's name it the same thing as a country that's nearby, but we're just going to call it British.
Just pop our name in front of it.
A lot of creative. New Holland, New York, New... all sorts.
You know, there's a lot of politics behind country naming. You got
Exclusively politics.
30 seconds. You'll get a lot of people on your side if you say you'll name it after them.
But say you'll name it after the town.
What do you think about this, Britain? We call it British Honduras. Does that sound pretty good?
People already know about
You got 10
Honduras.
seconds left. Hurry up. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's perfect. Music down, gong up.
Oh, man.
We're going to look at your
We got
answers.
it
We'll be
down to
back
a
with the
science.
scores and all the science. See you in just a minute.
to get them back on. 'Cause ooh, how I fell in love. Couldn't see it coming, blasting my stereo. I can feel it coming, you on my radio. All I'm hearing is your song.
Oh, I hear my mic's up.
Mics are up, and we're back. Question was, known as British Honduras until 1981, what Central American country is the only Central American nation that uses English as its official language? I was just going from memory on that, and then I realized my memory ran out. The correct answer was Belize.
Got an 8-bit
Belize.
memory.
I don't have a petabyte of memory in my brain. You'll see your scores at the scores tab. We've got, let's go through the top teams. We've got Bronx is Burning with the third highest score of 770. Dale's Army of Lazy Environmentalists have the second highest score with 780. And a tie for the highest score, perfect 800s for Quarantine Squirrels and Multi-State Fans of Trivia, also known
Commonly
as
known as-
Misfit.
Yeah, MSFT.
MSFT. We thank you very much for playing our game, keeping us relevant, for supporting us through your donations. Just a couple bucks if you're able to. Never too late to make a donation to keep this going. So we come back next week if you come back next week. And have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the summer. And check for ticks. I had a tick on
Oh
my
my
leg.
God, I've got a tick on me!
I had a tick on my leg yesterday.
Oh, wow.
No. can I do? What can I say? Please make it undone. What you did to me, I was so caught up when you happened to me. Make it undone, 'cause my heart is breaking. What can I do? What can I say? Please make it undone. What you did to me, what you did to me, what you did to me, what you did to me. I Tell me that you're gonna